This is an interview between me and a woman named Butterfly. Butterfly saves children at the United States border from being human trafficked once they cross the border. Many migrant children are trafficked over the border by the Mexico cartel, and Butterfly's job is to save them after they cross the United States border. And then after the interview, I show you what this camp is like that many migrants arrive to once they cross the U.S. border. There's nobody working here at the NGO, but however, I have met this lady, and her hat says Outlaws Against Pedophiles.
Yes.
So what do you do down here at the border?
My name is Butterfly. I've been coming down here 3 years. I run with Veterans on Patrol, and my job as humanitarian and pastor down here is to stop child trafficking. All trafficking, but number one, child trafficking down here.
Yeah, because it looks like down here, what do we have going on down here in this shelter? It looks like there's food for everybody, water.
And we do. We have food, we have water, we have shelter, we have clothes. But
So are you guys bringing in this food?
no, this is the Samaritans No More Deaths. This is a controlled camp. So basically, we give you food, we give you water, we give you supplies, but they will threaten people. This is how you act. This is no different than the other side of the wall. They work with the cartels to keep the human traffic line going.
The NGOs do.
Yeah.
So they're human trafficking people here in the United States working with the cartel.
Absolutely. It is government-funded, cartel-run, child trafficking, human trafficking. Yes, it is. I've been here 3 years, like I said, and seen it.
So what happens to these little kids after they come across the border?
They get kicked through by the cartel. We've had them come up in cages and dropped off. Cartel Coyote Guide will bring them to the wall.
In literal, animal cages?
Yeah, well, we confiscated a phone, and on the phone it showed the cages. We've also confiscated phones with children being posed for child trafficking.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like they're listed like on almost on like an
Well,
sort of
there
like
was
eBay type of thing? Where they have their photo and their price number?
Yes.
Really?
I actually was at Hole 3 and had a cartel guy bring 3 children down and was posing 3 of the girls at Hole 3 for trafficking. I had a conversation with him. I once again had my video camera turned around, so you could hear and see that he said those were his kids, but we found phones, and there were tons of pictures in there where you could see the kids crying, and then you saw them smiling, being forced to pose for pictures. Wow. It was horrifying. Yeah, I've seen things down here that I can't unsee.
I believe it. And how much do you think like these organizations like NoMoreDeaths.org and Catholic Community Services are making off of this illegal immigration?
I think they're making a ton. I literally wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were threatening the children to stay away from me. Jennifer tried to give color book and crayons to one, and they pushed the child back and says, "You will not take anything from them. They're not part of our ministry." And Jennifer spoke in Spanish and said, "Hey, I've talked to them and I said, this is what I'm down here for. I give a face to the kids." I've had Operation Underground Railroad, a couple guys show up and say, if you are not down here doing what you did, these kids are ghosts. They disappear. So,
wow.
Unfortunately, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I gave them the praise reports. I gave them what we do, and they still threatened everybody. So by the time I'd show up here, they'd all hide out in their tents. I've had the cartel do that to me for years, where the cartel would kick the kids through and they'd all run from me. And I'd have a translator on the phone saying, "It's okay, talk to her." But these people are scared. They've been threatened. And
migrants?
So, yes, the parents even, the children. But God is amazing. And I have had several situations I've been able to follow through and help a child. One in particular, Mr. Christian, an 8-year-old who came through all by his little self. I came up after I pick up trash when I'm not doing anything else, and I got done. I was heading back to camp. Here's little 8-year-old Christian, and was able to minister to him, saw him safely home. We did a welfare child check on him and got him a new bike, and he's doing okay. He got very sick. We were able to help him. We've been able to pull kids off traffic lines. We've got documents of all this.
Yeah, that's crazy. So most people think that people that come over are adults or their families, but there also are just little kids that come all over by themselves, correct?
I had one time where 38 children between the ages of 4 and 14 came through at 10 in the night by themselves these are all unaccompanied minors, all on the traffic line. This was about a year ago, which would be right before pedo holiday Super Bowl. Sorry, but that a lot of pedos like this. And then Valentine's Day is a huge sacrificial holiday for children. And I had piles of kids coming through day and night. That weekend, we had hundreds of unaccompanied minors by themselves.
Wow. And I'm a religious person myself. And do you think when these churches use the name of like God or Jesus, do you think they're using His name in vain?
Absolutely.
Are they using it for their benefit?
Absolutely.
What do you think God has to say to those people?
I think they'll get to hear that when they show up. According to my Bible, when they say, well, we fed the poor and we did this and we did that, he'll say, I never knew you. God is a relationship. He's not a religion. He created us. He gave us a purpose. He gave us a plan. Trafficking children, trafficking, any kind of human trafficking is not in his plan.
Yeah, He does say basically throw them into the water and drown them, right?
I
one
pray
scripture.
for their salvation, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
We had one father holding his baby, and he was terrified. He said, I got nowhere to go. But I had a bunch of people come through. It was weeks and weeks. They were coming through from Chiapas, and I finally found somebody speaking English because I was here by myself, and I know 10 words of Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never picked it up. I've been coming here for years, but the cartels are so empowered by this regime. They rape, pillage, take over a city, a town, a village. These people come running for the open borders. What do they owe? Up to $5,000 a person to the cartel to come through per person. They get the money. They come over here terrified. What's going to happen to them?
Yeah.
They can't get a job. They're not Americans. They might get a visa. They can't get health care. We've had children turn away. I've got documentation of that. I've had parents call, my child's sick. We can't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What are they going to do? They're going to turn to crime. But when we're down here sharing the gospel and the hope of Jesus Christ with them, we're saying, you're worthy, you're called. I don't like this going on. I don't want this to happen. It's going to kill our culture. It's destroying our land. But if you're going to come and you have hope in Christ, then maybe you'll find a different way to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's...
I like that. I'm going to take a look inside of these things. And so I'm just going to walk you guys through what's here at this camp. Like, they got just shelters built into here. They got blankets in there. So everyone comes in, they sleep at night. And the craziest thing is everything is funded by American Red Cross and Catholic services. And here's the space blankets that they use to sleep at night, keep them warm. And inside these tents is where people come and they sleep at night, obviously because they're freezing. They don't want to sleep in here. And blankets. And they even have water for them. Food in here for everybody. And they even got coffee for them. More trail mix. And it's just an absolute mess. They got tampons, or they got maxi pads for the woman, hats, shoes. It really smells. Here, this is the crazy part. When people think, oh, everyone comes over, they don't have anything, right? Right here is just full of clothes, shoes, everything you could possibly think of. Little socks for little girls, shoes, construction vests, jackets, water. Literally everything they could possibly want is here right across the border. Here, I'll take you guys into some more of these shelters in here. This huge tent right here. Nice blankets, pads for them. Sleeping bags. Big, huge billboard signs that they use to sleep on. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more interviews in the future.